Alright, Booney Buzzers, welcome to part number 2 on the wood stove, hearth, whatever you call it, box. Sorry I didn't film a time lapse of basically the trim that I put on there. I've been pushing my phone to the limit, so I'm just going to basically do an intro, time lapse, and then all the things I come across like tips and stuff, I'll do that at the end. But I just want to show you how far I've gotten so far. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't say I'm a pro, I'd say I'm mediocre. I threw this on here kind of fast, I'm not really happy with the gaps in here, but the nice thing is I think I messed up on this measurement anyways. Where the crown's going to sit, I actually am an eighth up too high, and so I feel like it's going to hit. I haven't attached the top yet either. I want to actually wait till the crown gets here and set it in here and make sure that it's the top is the correct size, and that this, if I need to move it down, I can, which would be okay because then it will give me a second chance for those gaps. But so just, I mean, those people just out there beginning or even trying, that just shows, I mean, I'm definitely, like I said, by no means any pro. And I mean, those are all my mess up cuts. And I have a few other ones around, so I've definitely messed up a little bit. But just to give you guys, I guess, some confidence in that it's definitely, I mean, this is doable for people that aren't pros. But alright, well anyways, so I'll do a time lapse and stick around till the end. Like, subscribe, I appreciate you guys doing that. It, I guess, helps you out, or helps these out big time, helps them get noticed and stuff. And so hit the notification button too, so that way anytime I do an adventure video or even basically one of my projects, you'll be notified and you can check it out. So, try to explain some more stuff to you guys. I would definitely see some other videos on YouTube. I am, like I said, I keep saying I'm not the best at explaining things, but I try my best. I'm working on the trim today, and so there's two different ways you can cut. Yeah, it is trim, but crown molding is basically, this is the way I'm doing it. You actually have to have a bevel on your saw and then a swivel on your miter saw. But basically, I had an experimental piece that I bought that's about kind of similar to this. It's not quite similar. I had to adjust the angle still a little bit. I cut a bunch of pieces just to make sure I could find my angles correctly, because this stuff is so expensive that you don't want to do that with this. Of course, just buy some cheap crown and then just kind of mess around with it and learn. But with a bevel on that, or sorry, angle on this and a bevel on this, and basically what it does is it gives you an angle on your crown along with a degree angle, I guess a compound cut. I'm not sure. But when they both go together, oh, actually I can show you right here on this one. So I got one piece up in there, but basically they come together just like so. There's another way you can cut these. And I don't like doing it this way because you got to really pay attention to where the top and the bottom is and where your angle is. But if you actually hold it flat against this, where it would, how it normally set on the wall or your project, you can actually just angle this one and it'll do both cuts for you. You don't actually have to swivel that one at all, like the way that it is. Again, I don't like doing it that way because for me it's harder to tell or keep track of top and bottom, and then you know, your angle obviously has to go inwards versus you can get it to where it goes outwards, and then that messes you up. And so this way, I do it this way just so I can for sure keep track of everything. I was going to show you guys my next step. So I kind of changed my mind a little bit. I was going to actually have this crown sit flush with this, but then I really started looking at it because I actually want to have kind of a cap piece on the end. I decided to cut the box back 1/4 inch so that way this could sit just right in there. This trim is the same as this trim. I just basically ripped it down to where it's skinnier. Same with this picture frame trim. It's the same as this bottom trim. I just ripped it down to where it's the right height and kind of the look I want. The angle and bevel that I posted in here for the crown trim, not all crown trim is the same, so unless you go with the same stuff that I went with, which I doubt you will because it was stupidly expensive, it's probably not going to be fully accurate. I'd get enough trim that you can kind of play with it and make sure those angles are going to work for you. And so what I'm going to go ahead and now do is cut this out. It actually comes up 1/4 inch right here, if you can see. That's why I'm not too worried about the top look of it, because I'm actually going to take a 1/4 inch stainless steel plate and put down on top of this, just for extra fire resistance or heat resistance and protection from the wood itself. And so that's why I'm going to do this kind of finishing trim around the edges, and then do the steel plate, and bam, she'll be done. So I'm sure I will think of some more stuff to let you guys know about. So until then, bam, there she is, the finished product. Beautiful. There's a few more things I remembered. I'll go ahead and go over with you guys too. I'll just show you. But basically the brad nails I used for this were just 1 inch. I wouldn't go with anything longer. The reason why is it was just long enough that on my front here that they actually punctured through the back side. So just because I'm OCD and crazy, I'm actually going to just kind of sand it down and putty it and then sand it again and stain it. So that way it's perfect. And then... oh. Damn, the real finished product. But then the clasp, I used the magnetic ones, the JQK. These things are pretty awesome. They're actually a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be, but I'm definitely going to go with these and use these in a lot of different places. They supposedly have 60 pounds of grab onto them, and it's like, I mean, they got some grabs, so they've been pretty awesome. I'm happy with them, so I'm definitely going to get some more of those and go through them again. My wood stove, I'll just go over that too. I've had some people that have been kind of curious about that, but it's an SVL17 Englander wood stove, and this stove is actually really interesting. I didn't do it the last 2 winters I had it, but basically it has an air intake right here, and especially because I'm insulating it this year, and I've learned that I was kind of fighting myself the previous years, but basically it likes to suck in, or it needs to suck in oxygen, of course, to burn, and so the only place it can suck it in is from in here, which kind of makes it a danger because it's pulling your oxygen. But then it also pulls basically any cracks or holes. It pulls the outside air in. So I was basically fighting myself with that. So I'm going to get that hooked up this year. And then the other thing that's kind of interesting with this wood stove is it has 2 baffles in it. And they're basically upper boards. And when I've had this fire, the best way I can explain it is you'll see the wood burning down in here. And then you'll actually see fire up in here that it's almost like it's just burning the air, and it's basically burning secondary gases. So this thing's super efficient, and it's actually trailer and mobile home approved. And so I'll try to show you guys with this light. Oh man. But these are the specs right here on it. Basically, for if it's flat, if it's angled, the distance it needs to be from the wall. So with the angle, it says 7 inches, but I actually went 9.5 just to make sure that I'm fully to code. And then I will eventually put a metal plate behind here just as a added protection. But I've ran this for 2 winters already, and I haven't had any issues with it getting hot or anything hot. I put my hand against it just to make sure that I can hold my hand there and it's not getting too warm. But this thing's been pretty awesome, so I would definitely... if you're going to be living someplace freezing cold, this puppy is awesome. But it's definitely a brute too, because I would say it's around 200 pounds. I lifted up on this thing was was quite the task. So, but I got it up there, got it bolted down, so it's ready to rock and roll. I got to finish the flashing on the top just to seal it all up, so I don't have to worry about the snow or any moisture getting in. And then I pulled my 2 windows. I'm going to basically try to do the prep work around them and silicone them in. I was wanting to get all 4, but anyways, that's another day. that's another nightmare. So Well, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. I appreciate you guys supporting me. That seriously means a lot to me, and I enjoy actually helping people. Again, if you have any questions, please comment down below. You know, growing up, I got really lucky. I had a dad that is a true jack of all trades. As you can see in the videos, his shop is full of anything and everything to fix everything and anything. And so I've actually learned quite a bit from him. The one thing I'll tell you guys, those beginners, the best way I could describe it, or the best analogy I could come up with is, you have fast runners and you have medium runners and you have slow runners, but in a race, you all have to start at the starting line. So the one thing I learned from my dad is, to learn, you just got to jump in and do it. I mean, it might be intimidating and scary, but as long as you have people that are willing to help you and try to answer questions, it gives you that support. That's what I want my channel to be about. I want to actually, you know, be a positive, uplifting channel. And so hopefully I'm doing a good job for you guys. But anyways, well, until next time.